Yeah. Yeah. We're back. Feels good. Feels real good. I got my hair cut. Took a shower before the stream. I haven't done that in a long time. We got a lot to talk about. It was an interesting move. Hope the audio is okay. It's a very different room, so there might be a little bit of echo or reverb or something. Let me know if that's the case. I'm going to try and figure some shit out. But our friend the green screen is back, which is amazing. It feels good to have that. You'll notice that the cam is kind of slightly off. I'm a little off. It's just the nature of the way I have to place myself, and I apologize for that. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We're going to have fun. We're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. It's fun. You know, like I had my music up way too loud in my ears just now. Oops. Fuck, it's good to be back, man. I have been in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for a week as of today. Man, and I'm hosting. Thank you, Jan. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. How are you doing?
All praise be to Grindzilla. Welcome to the Disciples. All praise be to Grindzilla. Welcome to the Disciples.
Sam. 26 months, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that, buddy. It's a hell of a way to start the stream. Thank you so much. I guess I need to, like, ignore me. Ignore me. I will. Until tomorrow. I'm back on the show in full effect. The right way. So, I missed the Destiny Unfiltered last week, and I felt awful about it. The car wasn't fully unloaded. I was feeling like shit. I was sick all week, so I guess I got to start from the beginning. So, when last you left your hero, I had stopped the stream, and then I worked a half day on Saturday, and then decided that, I need to get started on packing this stuff up and all this shit. So I did. I started tearing down the computer, tearing down other stuff, and just getting shit ready to go. And all the while making sure that Farron's stuff was at the forefront. I knew that she wanted to get a relatively early start, and that her help was time sensitive. And the thing is, when she got her stuff out of the way, I could just be at my own pace and not be beholden to anybody else and worrying about people and stuff. So that's exactly what I did. And so you figure almost all day just prepping stuff, making sure everything was relatively well. Could have packed other stuff, didn't. Regretted that later. Sunday was an ordeal, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who follow me on Twitter probably saw a little bit of it. But I went to get the U-Haul truck early. So I was there at like 8. Took an Uber out there. And they fucked up the order. Didn't have my dolly. Then I came back with my truck. And Farron got there a few minutes later. And I was like, well, we're going to go get the truck. I'm like, where's your truck? So she had to go a half hour away to get the truck, meet her help, come back, and get started, which wasn't a huge deal because I had to wait another hour before the storage place that I rent from was open. I could get a utility dolly from them. So it wasn't like it was a setback in the sense of, had her situation been ready sooner, had I had a utility dolly, we would have had about 2 more hours of daylight. But it is what it is. In the long run, it didn't affect things too negatively. And to her credit, when she got started with her stuff, they were quick. Fucking quick. And they were out of there by like 1 o'clock. I got something to eat. I had gotten a dolly by then. And I just got started. And I moved everything of mine that I took with me by myself. 100% this time. No help at all. Moving out. So, living room table, 2 side tables, the desk, the computer, all the monitors, dishes, DVD boxes, which were insanely heavy, book boxes, which were insanely heavy, all of it into the truck. I ended up leaving behind my dressers because they're falling apart. Grabbed all my clothes, just grabbed everything, and took everything that wasn't coming with me up here to storage, and then unloaded it, which was an ordeal in and of itself, because now I'd gone from an incline of about this to this, and now you're holding to keep stuff from, falling off the ramp and shit. And it got done. It took a while, but it got done. Then you have to return the truck. So I returned the truck again by myself. Returned the truck, and the lady there was really cool. Ended up, for all the trouble I had gone to, for all the things that U-Haul had messed up, my net cost was $100 less than I actually paid. So I was supposed to pay around $80. They fucked it up and they made it like $160. And then she was like, fuck all this. You're paying for the truck itself. I'm not going to fuck you on mileage. You did exactly what you were asked. I paid like $58 for the whole thing, which was amazing. Helped a lot. And so then I get an Uber back to the house and then start packing the car, which was its own challenge. Because everything but one thing I was confident would fit. The monitor stand, if any of you have seen it in pictures and so forth, it's as big as it looks. It's like 6 foot wide and about 4 foot tall. And I could have torn it down, but I couldn't find the tools. And I was like, I don't want to have to tear it down. I want to just see if I can get it in the car. It just barely fits in the backseat of that car. And then I just packed everything else around it. And so I get everything in there, like the really, really important stuff. Clothes, the computers and stuff. And then you got random bags of cords and the kitchen stuff and other things you're trying to get in there. And and in the hustle bustle, and also running out of room, I decided to leave my coffee maker behind because it's old. It wasn't working right anyway. Left behind my pots and pans, which that was dumb. But a friend of mine caught wind of that and was like, what kind were they? And I gave her a link and she sent me pots and pans, which was amazing. I really appreciate that. If you're watching, thank you very much. That meant everything. I also sent along some comfort food and stuff. And I believe she's sending a toaster as well. As a matter of fact, I should check my door to see if the toaster's here. Give me 1 second, guys. Because I don't want to poo-poo it and it not be here. So I'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you guys for that. So like, I left the pots and pans, left the coffee maker, left coffee mugs. That Batman mug I've talked so much about, it's gone. I had one just like it for a total of 30 years. Got it in 1989 as a birthday present for my sister. Broke it in 2010. Replaced it in 2010. I've had the same one ever since. It's gone. Do you know what? I never drank out of it because it meant so much to me. I have those brown mugs I was really into that reminded me of my father that my aunt gave me. Had those for a couple years. Never drank out of them either, hardly. Left them by mistake. But a bunch of little things got left, not intending to do so. But the car was so packed that there was no room for anything else anyway, so what are you going to do? Like, you can't bring everything if you can't bring everything. And by that point, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was exhausted, like mentally, physically, the whole bit, just done. And so I ultimately just said fuck it and went to a hotel, got some sleep just by sheer exhaustion. And then Monday, got up really early. I was really proud of myself. Got a few errands done and proceeded on my way. Well, the errand that I needed was an oil change. The car hadn't had an oil change in a really long time. So I went to get an oil change. I went to a Wally World, and it was an hour and a half wait. And I did a search for other oil changes around the area, which did not have a wait, but their price was like double, and you didn't get as much service. Like they were topping off fluids and shit. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to get it here. So I waited, and I got the oil change done. I met this cat in Walmart, and he works for a pest control agency. And we got to talking for a long time, and he caught wind that I was a Twitch streamer, and was like, "Are you gonna talk about me on your stream?" Of course, I'm gonna talk about you on my stream, brother. Like that was a great way to pass the time for like an hour, just talking to a nice fella. And so if you're watching, sir, cheers from not Walmart. I made it safe. And I get on the road, and I'm just so relieved at that point. I'm just so happy to just fucking just to be on the road and be on my way, to Dallas, to the Fort Worth area. And I was really, really just ready to leave at that point, because it had been such a buildup. It had been such a long process and a stressful process, making sure everything was going to line up. So I left and get on the road, get towards Houston proper, and it starts to rain. Like heavy, heavy, heavy rain. No PlayStation exclusive jokes, please. Rez, I know you're in here. I know you're going to make that joke. It's fine if you do. I don't care. Whatever. And the traffic was so slow and so stop and go and so stupid, and then you're dealing with traffic on top of that for the time of day that it was, and it just was taking forever and forever and forever. And I had intended to be on the road by like 10 or 11. It was already like 1 o'clock at this point. And even with the wind behind my back, perfect weather, I was going to just make it up here in time to get my keys. And I got about halfway here, and I start to feel like a real intense tingling from here all the way down to here in both arms. I was feeling some mild panic, and I'm like, I don't feel stressed. What's this about? And I was pulling like a fucking red box, like, oh, is this it? Shit. And then I started thinking about what causes that sensation for me. What could it be? I knew it wasn't dehydration, because I was very well hydrated at that point. I had like a gallon of water with me, and I was sipping on it and stuff. I knew it wasn't like panic, because I was feeling good. And I went, other than a candy bar in the late evening of Sunday night, I hadn't eaten in 25 hours. 25 hours. So that was dumb. So I stopped off at a restaurant, got a burger and some fries and stuff. And within 10 minutes, I was fine. Perfectly fine. Got back on the road, no issues. Still getting some traffic, still getting some rain. You're going to have that. And I called ahead to the property manager, and I said, yeah, I'm not going to make it today. But I'll be there. I just won't be there when you're open. So we'll do this in the morning. She said, okay. And then, so I called Chris, Redneck Chris, my buddy, Redneck Chris. By the way, if you're not following Mr. Redneck Chris, please do so. He's mainly known on YouTube, but he's also got a Twitch presence, which we want to try and bolster that up a bit. So please follow him, okay? Would it help if I would do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? I think I spelled it wrong. I think he did. I thought he did 2Ks. I'll figure it out in a minute. I'll get it figured out, guys. Redneck Gamer, that's right. I'm an idiot. The Redneck Gamer. Sorry, here we go. There we go. Also, hi Vanta, I love you. How you doing? How you doing? Ooh woo to you too. Ooh woo to you too woo. So I called Chris. He was gonna help me move my stuff. That's the other thing. As I'm on my way to Walmart to get the oil changed, he texts me and says, "Hey, let me know when you're in town. I'm gonna come down and help you unpack your stuff." And I broke down crying. This is a guy who's never met me before. He's a much bigger YouTuber than I am, and he's part of a big show, Game Chasers and stuff. And we've been friends for a while, but like, for someone to just volunteer that sight unseen meant so much. And because I had no real help getting up here and all that stuff, like physically, there are some folks that were helping out with other stuff, and I see you and I thank you. But it was on my own again. It was like this big weight had dropped on one hand. The weight had dropped of not having to be in that situation anymore, not being unhappy and all that. But there's also that weight that has now lifted that I have to hold on to, which is, well, now it's all on you, asshole. So that moment, Murder said, "Hi, Mom. Welcome to your new stream home. 26 months, Murder." How you doing, lady?
I love you, bitch.
Oh my God.
I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
So, it was emotional for me. And then, so I phoned him a couple, like around like 3 o'clock or something. And I said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna make it in time. I'll let you know when I'm here." He said, "Okay." He said, "Wait a minute, do you have a place to stay?" I said, "Well, I'm gonna get a hotel." He said, "You're not getting a fucking hotel. You're coming up here and you're staying with me." And I was like, for those you don't know, Redneck Chris is 6'5". I'm not gonna argue with him. Oh, you're all right, Murder. You still got first. That's the important thing, right? Right? That's the important thing. First. So that was that. I was going to go to Chris's place, which is about 20 minutes north of where I live. And so I was going to meet this cat for the first time. There's a lot of people on YouTube who would love to meet this guy and hang out in his game room because it's nice. So I just slog through and get there and pull up. I ring the doorbell, and his dog flies out. Yeah, he's also taken, Murder. He's very well taken, and his girlfriend Alicia is amazing. So sorry, but yes, he's 6'5" and he's adorable, and I love him very much. His dog flies out the door. He's like, "Hang on, dude." He fucking runs and gets his dog and comes back, and we sit down and we pick up a talk that we never started. We just started a conversation, like we resumed a conversation about life, but we'd never started. And we had a couple beers. And he's like, let's stream. I'm like, all right, shit. So technically my first stream in the area was on his channel. We streamed for like 7 fucking hours. Did like 12 beers a piece. Had a great time. We were talking about everything from politics and racism and music and religion. And we have very differing views on most of those things. With the exception of racism. We're very much on the same page with that stuff. But everything else, we have a pretty wide berth when it comes to our opinions. And it was the best, most open-minded, compassionate discussion. We kept hugging each other, and we were friends before we became brothers during that stream. And I love that man to death. I might be on his show tonight. I don't know. Tongue-tastic Voyage. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Twitch. Welcome to Twitch. I'm sure you've had that before. But yeah, this is me. This is me. This is how I do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who don't know Tongue-tastic Voyage, we follow each other on Twitter, and she's also a local. She's also a moderator of Chris's stream, so please welcome her with open arms. She is part of the family. Yeah, so we hang out, we do the stream, and Alicia brings home Whataburger, and it was great. And I wake up real early, and you're not the first here. We got a full room. Been on for like 20 minutes. That's all right. Let's let her think she's first. So I wake up with him because he had to go to work, and he was sick. He was real sick. And I come down here, gotta wait another 2 hours because it turns out the property manager at court of all things, which you occasionally have to do, right? So I went to this diner and had like a nice breakfast and pick up my keys, walk in, and at first my initial impression, I was like, fuck, man. Now, first time here. I got you. No worries. Because the picture, and this is again, if you don't ask questions, you're not going to know. But the pictures of the place show that the bed was fully made. It was not. But it was a bed. It also showed that there was a TV in the apartment. There was not one here, which, again, not a huge deal, but for some reason I had that expectation it wasn't here. And the air conditioner was a little problematic. But it's working now. Everything's fine. And the more I got my stuff in here, the more that I got acclimated and felt more comfortable, the more I liked this place. It's relatively inexpensive. All the utilities are included, including internet. And it's a fifth of the speeds I had in Houston. Oh, Addie. She says, look at this gorgeous man. I can't do a Scottish accent, otherwise I would. But yeah, if you're not following Addie, you're wrong. You're just wrong. You're wrong. That's it. You're wrong. Go follow her. She's amazing. But this is basically this place was built in the 50s, and I think they were apartments originally. And they moved them to hotel suites, and then they're back to being apartments. So you've got all this prefab furniture in here, and the kitchen, which is directly behind me, is actually really nice. It's small, but it's really nice. Yeah, everything's clean. Haven't had any problems. And everyone that I meet in this apartment complex says the same thing. I've been here in a certain number of years. I've never had a problem. The management is on top of everything. It's relatively quiet here. No one bothers anybody. We all look out for each other. And I'm like, I might just have to stay here. So I'm on a 3-month lease in this one. And the thought process is, if I decide to move, if I decide to stay, the property manager promised me first dibs on a first floor unit that's going to become available. I don't have to worry about stairs anymore. So I'm very strongly considering that. And it is slightly cheaper than what I'm paying now by about $100 a month to do it for a longer lease period. And if the internet holds up the way it seems to be holding up, and everything else works out the way it appears to be working out, I will probably do that because it's just easy. This place is easy. You pay your quarter of the rent once a week, and you're just good. You're taken care of. You got nothing to worry about. And that makes budgeting a lot easier. It's less hassle, So I like it here so far. There are some minor quibbles, like the wall sockets. They're grounded, but they don't have a ground plug. There's only one grounded plug in the whole place that I could find, and it's in the kitchen, which isn't a huge deal. I just plug my power converter in there and plug in the strip, and that's fine. I keep waiting for the fuse to blow. I keep waiting for it to happen. Because it might happen. I mean, it wouldn't affect me in the sense that, the battery backup is on. I would just have to reset it. So, if that happens, I just go boop, and that's it, But it's interesting. It's a relatively small place. But if I do move into that the first floor place, what I'm going to end up doing is Chris and I are going to go down and get my stuff, and I'm going to store some of it, and then basically store everything that I'm not going to use right away. And then I'm gonna take some of the furniture out of here and start using mine. So like the living room tables are gonna go. This little table's gonna go. It's tiny, but it works. It's working. And then I'll just be all set at that point. So this is working. This is working. And I was able to work my full week, my full shifts, even though I got sick. I got really sick, which is part of why it took me so long to get everything set up, because I just didn't have the energy to do it. And I'm still a little stuffed up, but overall, I feel really fucking good. And you figure, Friday, so Retropalooza, I don't have anything in Iowa. Nothing's in Iowa. My stuff is in storage, is down in Houston, which is all of my furniture, all of my video games, all of my movies, all of my books, my exercise bike, my bed, my TV, which I don't even know if that TV is going to work anymore. Yeah, I moved from Houston to Dallas. Small panda. Moved myself. Yeah, everything I brought with me here is just my streaming computer, my work computer, clothes, and game console. That's it. That's all I brought with me. But that's enough. It took up a lot of space. But I'm not, no. I left some stuff behind in Iowa, but nothing that like I have access to that I keep or anything. But no, there's stuff down there. And so he and I are going to go down, get all that stuff, and then kind of piecemeal it out kind of thing. And I'm going to have to figure out how I want to do that. Like I have, like, the layout of this place is flexible enough that there's some different things I could do, and have most of my stuff in the place. But I would still have to store some of it on some level, I think. I don't know yet. But I'll find a way, But the bottom line is I'm here. It's amazing. So Friday, Retropalooza started, which is a local retro gaming convention run by the Game Chasers, mainly Jay. And they were getting set up Friday. I asked if they needed help. They were good. And then one of the cats from those streams, Zombie, a.k.a. Jesse, had come up here with his girlfriend, Ashley. And no one was giving him a straight shot on how to help out. They had volunteered to do security and shit. And they couldn't get an answer. I'm like, fuck it. Well, just come over here. We'll hang out. They ended up being here for like 8 hours. And Jesse's like, where's like your monitor stand and your fucking all this other stuff? I'm like, it's in the car. He goes, why is it in the car? I said, because I've been too sick to carry. He's like, well, fuck that. And he's like 6'3" or whatever, 6'4". And he goes down stairs and just starts grabbing shit and just bringing it up. Where you want this? Where you want this? Where you want? And he just emptied the car. Fucking emptied the car. Which was amazing. It saved me an amazing amount of work. And then he turns around and says, I'll be right back. He goes to his car, pulls out this box and walks up the stairs. He's like, here's all my doubles. Here's all the games that I have for trade bait. There's nothing special in here, but if there's anything you want, you can have it. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, take whatever you want. I'm like, you what? Okay. So I just grabbed a few commons, like stuff that I didn't have, but stuff I would never pay money for. Like a Jack Nicklaus Golf on NES. The reason I grabbed that is because it's so ridiculous that if you know me, I would never buy that game. But I wanted to have a game that was like this is one of the games I got from Jesse. And he turned to like, let's get a pizza. I'm like, all right. And then I'm ready to split it. And he just buys me a pizza. Like, this motherfucker came out of nowhere. I'm supposed to be the host. And he's like, fuck it. Amazing dude. Amazing guy. Jesse, if you're watching this after the fact, which you probably will be on YouTube, thank you, man. You're fucking amazing. And I love you to death, dude. This dude came from Arizona. He was out of town from Arizona here for the convention. But I do have a support system here. It's amazing. Saturday I work. Saturday night I go to the after party. And I meet Tonguetastic there, and I, hook back up with Jesse, give Chris a hug, give Alicia a hug, meet Jay, meet Billy, meet a bunch of people, meet George, and just a lot of cool people. Just went around, did some arm wrestling, My biceps still hurt. I'm still not sure why that happened, but it did. It was fun. And worked yesterday, and I've just been like, all right, I got to get this ready. I got to get this going. And then we had a tornado rip through last night. I just slept like a baby. Knocked out our power for a couple hours. I didn't care. I slept fine. And then I wake up this morning at like 6:30, which I never wake up that early. But I did. And I just got started with this. It took me like 3 or 4 hours slowly over time to get it set up. But here we are. You know? So, but you guys have been supportive through everything. It's day one. And I can't thank you enough for that. And I could not wait to get back on and stream for you guys, but I wanted it to be right. I wanted the setup to be right. I wanted to feel good. And those of you that know me have known me a long time. Like, you know that, you know, when you get depressed in general, your desire for self-care kind of goes down the pooper. And like, I was not taking care of myself in Houston. And I'm sure it could show. I'm sure that there was no energy in my voice. Like, I'm sure it was evident. And this is going to sound like a weird thing, but I have showered every single day since I've been here. I have eaten every single day since I've been here. I've smiled every single day since I've been here. I've connected with somebody every single day since I've been here. Feels good. Feels fucking good. So, Houston, you were great. Dallas, you are my new home. The Grind Fam came with me. Can't beat it.